LIA Toyota of Wilbraham announcing a grand reopening of their dealership today, as well as a hefty donation to a local hospital. That's just our first stop as Western Mass News goes town by town. The newly renovated facility is complete with a massive service department, a state-of-the-art showroom, and a luxurious waiting area. As part of their commitment to giving back to the community, LIA Toyota also presented a $15,000 check to Bay State Children's Hospital. A 10-year anniversary ceremony was held in East Longmeadow today for the MH Group. The ribbon cutting and grand opening kicked off at 11:15 this morning. Town managers from East Longmeadow, as well as many other local and state officials, were in attendance. And Mayor Dominic Sarno visited the Springfield Boys and Girls Club earlier today. The purpose of the visit was to highlight the developments the club has implemented as part of the $1.5 million in ARPA funding they received from the city. Mayor Sarno awarded the Springfield Boys and Girls Club back in April of 2022. And when we come back, Jenna has one last look at your first alert forecast.